Welcome to BreakingNews.com. I'm your host, Spills, and I'm about to spill it, and it ain't an accident. Alright now, we're coming with Errol the True Spence Jr. versus Keith one-time Thurman. Let me tell you, man, this is a fight that Errol had been calling for when Keith was on top of the world, and Keith was saying Errol was lighting the bunkie. Them boys wanted to go at it. Well, young boy Errol wanted to go at it. Keith was on the throne looking down saying, nah, shorty, you too short, you too small, you're too young, I'm going to run over you, you ain't ready, have a seat, grow up, get right, hold your bridges up, tie your shoes up, learn how to tie a double knot, then come holler at me. You ain't there yet. Errol kept saying, boy, knots tied, double, I'm ready to go, boots laced, shoes, trousers high, I'm boots, gloves, everything intact. I done had all my rounds. I done been around the rodeo a few times, and I'm ready to go. Let's get it on. So, it didn't happen. Time switch, boom. One time has been out of the ring for some time. And now, Errol the True Spence Jr. is being the truth, and he has climbed to the top and is now the reigning king and looking down at all challenges. Out here ready to run through and mow down and break eye sockets and jaws and dismember guys in the ring slowly but surely. And then now Keith one-time Thurman saying, hey, you ready? I'm ready to go. You look good, and I'm trying to see what you got, and give me a piece of that now. I'm trying to get to them belts, and you got them. He said, boy, sit down. You wouldn't give me a chance when you had it. I'm not going to get a, now the young line not giving an old line now. You know, I'm leading the pack right now. Sit back. You know what? Well, hell, I'm the only one in this pack. If you ain't a true young leading line, they ain't giving you no they ain't harboring too many other lines. You know, you got to be super old or super young, because the main line ain't having it. He like, listen, we ain't having it, homie. So you need to take a seat somewhere. Ain't nobody trying to get no ring with you, man. You done fell off. You trying to get some notoriety now. You know, you trying to ride my coattail. And when I was a true challenger or was ready to get in the ring, if I was so much of this, that, and never, you should have gotten in, you know, gave me the opportunity. But, you know, you act like you was trying to groom me. We challengers, we fighters, we out here to fight. I'm not out here to be babysitted. But now you're in the babysitting area for real, because man, you about to be in a rocker. You ain't going up, you're going down. So you know, I'll see you on the downside when I get down there to be in the rocking chair, because you in the rocking chair now, Keith one-time Thurman. And Keith, one loss, he like, shucks, I only lost one time. I'm in a sense undefeated. But you can't be undefeated with one loss. But he only got one loss. He's still got a lot of juice in the tank, you know, so he don't want to be looked at as a old fighter, or you know what I'm saying, a fighter that's washed up, because he's far from washed up. He's very far from washed up, and that's the truth. But at this time, man, Errol's not having it. Well, he wasn't, but there is possibility that this fight could possibly go down. Ever since Bud, Terrence Crawford went on over to BLK Prime and signed a deal to fight that guy over there. I don't know his name. To fight that guy and help this platform build a fan base. Him and Adrian Broner over there now too. And Adrian Broner go and possibly fight that another guy over there. You know, hopefully these guys do good and get names. You know, I'm not even gonna lie. You know, just because they're nobodies now don't mean they can't be somebody. But back to the story. Listen, there's a possibility that these two can possibly get it on. Errol and Keith. Listen, man, I'm not even gonna lie. I like Bud. I think he's a phenomenal fighter. And Errol Spence, I would have loved to see them get it on. But I would love to see Keith get it on with Errol. I think that's just going to be a good fight. The history there. They've all been in the same realms, in the same circles, winning the same belts. You know, whole time. Bud he's been off on the side somewhere doing his own thing, still building his reputation, but he hasn't been in the circles and in the conversations and in the talks that these guys have been in. And I'm speaking of like Errol, Danny Garcia, Errol the True Spence Jr., Danny Garcia, Keith, one-time Thurman, Sean Porter, Showtime, names of that caliber. Even the Charlo brothers, they more over in this circle over here and be speaking about amongst each other, and Terrence always been on the sidelines with these conversations in a sense. He was like the stepchild. But Cinderella at the end, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully. Well, not hopefully, but, just trying to give a positive side of the way of looking at it. So, with that being said, to see Errol versus Keith, man, I feel like it's going to be fireworks. I feel like it's going to be a good match. To see the old lion in there with the young lion, the old former champ in there with the newly crowned champ, them having a history of Errol wanting to get at Keith at one point in time, him kind of like really rejecting it and saying the things that he said, to now get in the ring, and then if he could beat Errol, it'd be phenomenal. I mean, it'd be super phenomenal for Keith one-time Thurman. I mean, it would send him through the stratosphere right now. It would give Errol his first loss. It would give Keith, and it'll put them almost at our length as far as those records, because then they'll both have one loss. They've both been champion and former champion. Keith will be two-time now instead of one time, and the rematch would be something phenomenal, man. So with that being said, man, let's see how this thing play out, man. I wish all them guys the best, man. More money, you know what I'm saying, and less problems. This is breakingnews.com. I'm your host, Spills, spilling it. Ain't an accident. We out.